Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. So glad to see you here again. Uh, so here we are back with the next top 10 video. Today, on this video, we're going to be talking about my top 10 favorite country artists. So we did rock, now we're doing country, like I said. So, anyhow, but before we get into the countdown, if you disagree with me, that's fine. I know there's going to be a whole lot of artists on here that people are going to disagree with me a whole lot on the places that they're on, or if they're not on there, or if these artists, why are they on there, I don't know. Either way. But we're not here to get angry and talk about that stuff today. Today we're just going to be focusing on the good stuff, to me. Before we get to it, I guess, we'll talk about some honorable mentions. I guess some others would be Johnny Cash, Sam Hunt, Kenny Chesney, Clay Walker, and I guess Shania Twain, I guess. I don't really know much Shania Twain or Clay Walker, but the others I know a little bit of, more than just one song. I need to look more into those other two though. So that's my honorable mentions. So let's get into the countdown again. Number 10 was going to get me a lot of hate. But still, it's number 10 for me. No changing it. And it's George Strait. I know what you're thinking. Leave the dislike button alone. What do you call it? I don't know what it is. Just George Strait music is good. He's still good. He's still good. Don't get me wrong. He's just not my number one favorite. So yeah. So if I can have a break, that'd be great. What do you call it? Now, George Strait though is still good. But I have to say, here's my favorite. Here's the deal. I do think he is my 10th favorite because he's just not my favorite, but he's still good. I can still understand why people think he's number one or call him number one, or still why he's still today called the king of country music. I can understand that. So we're just here talking about my favorites, though. We'll talk about all that in another video. But my favorites from him would be, number 1 would be Heartland. Number 2 would be Check Yes or No, Love That and Amen, and what was another one? Full Heart Memory. A whole lot of them. I Cross My Heart. Even an underrated song, I don't think I ever got really another light shine on it. And that is a funny song. I don't know why it's funny, but because of the title, the name. It's Baby Your Baby. I don't know why, it just sounds fun to me. It was kind of a serious type song. The title kind of sounds funny. I don't know why. But you're right, that's George Strait at number 10. I know a lot of people will hate me for this, but yeah. George Strait, number 10 for me. Number 9, Rascal Flatts. When I was making up the list for this video, I kind of completely forgot that I liked Rascal Flatts this much. So, when I noticed I forgot about them, then I remembered, oh wait, I like Rascal Flatts as well. I had to put them on the list. So, they're just a tad bit better than George Strait to me, but just like a point or two. Just like 1 or 2 points, but anyway. I think my favorites from Rascal Flatts would be My Wish, Praying for Daylight, Bless the Broken Road, What Hurts the Most, the cover of that song. I don't know who did that one originally, and of course, the song from Disney Pixar's Cars, Life is a Highway, another cover. So yeah, that is, Rascal Flatts, number 9. Number 8, Blake Shelton, another modern artist. I don't know, I just like a lot of his stuff as well. What do we got? I just think that my favorites would have to be Sangria, Lonely Tonight. I don't know who that was featuring. God's Country, Nobody But You with Gwen Stefani, and I guess Austin, The Baby, and then I'm trying to think. What's another one? I was another one. Kiss My Country A. So there's that, and then sorry, I'm trying not to cuss on my channel, but either way, that's why I didn't say the whole thing. But either way, you had another good one from him. I guess would be H. Wright. Bad word song, but either way, I still like his music though. So that is Blake Shelton at number 8. Number 7 is the artist that pretty much got me into country music, period. And that is Eric Church. Now, what song was the one that started it all for me? It was Springsteen. Back in 2011, that summer, I remember having a broken ankle, riding around our property in a wheelchair, and listening to Eric Church on my iPad. So, yeah, it was a different time back then, but anyway. I think my favorites from him would be Homeboy, Springsteen, of course, still one of my favorites. Creepin', Like Jesus Does, a lot of the stuff from the Chief album, but there were later stuff, or earlier stuff, like Sinners Like Me, and Smoke a Little Smoke, Pledge Allegiance to the Hag. You had later songs like Talladega, that's what it was called, not Carolina. I won't say Carolina. No, it's Talladega, Give Me Back My Hometown, Like a Wrecking Ball, and I guess a later song would be Round Here Buzz and Heart on Fire. It's kind of a good song, not too bad. So that's Eric Church at number 7. Now number 6, we're here in my home state of Texas. We got Cody Johnson, my favorite Texas country artist. Now I will say this, I'm sorry if I really upset anybody. I know I've said some bad stuff about Texas country. I still think it's overrated, but what do you call it? It doesn't mean not all of it is bad though. I will say this, not all of it is bad. I just don't like all of it. What's the right word? Not all of it's my cup of tea. That's it. But Cody Johnson, the ones I've heard, they're not that bad actually. I think my favorites from him would be Diamond in My Pocket, Lucky, With You I Am, Ain't Nothing to It. My friends got married about a year and a half ago, and first dance was to Ain't Nothing to It, so that's why it means a lot to me. Shout out to my friends. But either way, I wouldn't even call it On the Way to You and some of the other stuff, but as far as stuff like that goes, what do you call it? I think that Cody Johnson's not that bad. I've had my ups and downs with him, but still. That is number 6, Cody Johnson. Now these next two, I'm going to get a lot of controversy. It's going to be so controversial. But number 5, it's Jason Aldean. I don't know what it is about his music. I guess because it's rock, and I'm a huge rock fan. the last video of talking about my top 10 favorite rock bands. Well, I don't know what it is. I just like the sound of country that sounds like rock. Like Jason Aldean stuff. I think my favorites from him would have to be Big Green Tractor, She's Country, Crazy Town, Dirt Road Anthem. What was the one he did with Kelly Clarkson? Oh, Don't You Wanna Stay? And then you had even an underrated song, I think, called what is that one called? Dang it. Hold on a second. This I Gotta See, that's what it's called. It's called This Is I Gotta See. If y'all heard that one, leave a like on this video, but either way. Hey, This I Gotta See is an underrated song to me from him. And I guess later songs are good, like Got What I Got, and You Make It Easy. So yeah, that's Jason Aldean at number 5. Excuse me. Now another one I really like, and if it's not your favorite or if you don't like it, it's fine. But just don't try to change me. Number 4, Luke Bryan. I know a lot of people hate on his music, but I have to admit it. Even though Eric Church's album Chi was my first, it's one of my favorites. And even though Luke Bryan isn't my favorite country artist, I gotta say this, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm not sorry. Crash My Party is my favorite country album of all time. It took me a long time to decide that, but I think it's true. It's definitely the one I return to the most out of all of these. Even though it's not as much as other CDs I put in, but that's probably the country album I put in my CD player the most out of the country stuff. So Luke Bryan, I still think his other stuff is good too. I Don't Want This Night to End, Country Girl, Shake It For Me, Drunk on You, That's My Kind of Night, Drink a Beer, and what was that one? Rolling on a Roller Coaster. And then you had earlier stuff like All My Friends Say, which for some reason, I don't know, it just sounds older than it actually is, but I'm trying to think what's the right term for what it sounds like. But either way, I'll come back to it later if I have to. But, I don't know, just like how, and I guess another one would be Re-Rolled in Trucks, and then later songs, like I said, Hunting, Fishing, and Loving Every Day, and the, whatchamacallit? What was the other one? Kick the Dust Up. So yeah, that's Luke Bryan at number 4. Number 3 is another classic artist, Alan Jackson. Now, I actually saw a video saying a lot of people now back in the day, not as much, but now people are thinking that, some people think that Alan Jackson's even better than George Strait, which I would say I kind of agree, but I can't believe people are saying now, or noticing, that Alan is almost like the king of country music, but I think they're both good. They both have their perks. They both have their pros and cons. But yeah, Alan Jackson, we're here to talk about the good stuff once again. I think my favorites would be the extended version of Chattahoochee or the original 2. But I like the greatest hits version better. And then you have here's another one. Don't Rock the Jukebox. Later stuff like Good Time. And here his debut single, or second single ever, Here in the Real World. And then you had even his collaboration with another artist, but I'm not going to mention it just yet. We'll get into that in a minute. But either way, so it's Alan Jackson at number 3. Now, number 2, I just made this discovery today. But I think I found a new favorite, or second favorite, country singer. Now, it's a lot of controversy, but I found out there's a lot more songs of his that I like than just a few, and that is Morgan Walton. I can't believe I'm talking about him on this channel, but I first thought I only liked a few of his songs, and I started listening to his other stuff. There's a lot more than I thought. He's very talented. His band is really talented. He's got a good voice, to me at least. So yeah, my favorites would have to be Whiskey Glasses. What was it one? Blame It On You. No, wait, not Blame It On You. Wasted On You. Wasted On You, my mistake, guys. Thinking. Talking Tennessee, The Way I Talk, Chasing You, and even the cover of Jason Isbell's song, Cover Me Up. So yeah, that's Morgan Wallen, number 2. Never thought I would say that, but I'm saying it now. Alright, number 1. I think you know who it is. And that is the Zac Brown Band. You probably know that by now because when I talk about, he's probably one of the few country singers I talk about the most. Even though he doesn't have my favorite country album, but he's definitely got some of his stuff would be in my top 10 favorite country albums. Who knows? I mean, I'm still debating on my favorite country album, but I just thought it was Luke Bryan's Crash My Party for now. But, I think Zac Brown's got some good stuff, like Toes, Where the Boat Leaves From, Chicken Fried, Free, As She's Walking Away, which is the song I was referring to earlier with Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson's in this one as well. And then you have Keep Me in Mind, Colder Weather, Jump Right In, Beautiful Drug, Sweet Annie, Loving You Easy, My Old Man, Roots, and Unpopular Opinion, but I think that Owl is one of his best, or somewhere in the list. It's better than, it's not his best, I guess, but it's actually got some good songs, like Someone I Used to Know and O&W. So yeah, that's Zac Brown Band, number 1. Probably saw it coming, but either way, don't try to brag. So, that was my 2 lists for top 10 rock bands, and now here we are, top 10 favorite country bands. What are some of y'all's favorite country artists? Let me know down in the comments of where would you place these. So, with that said, I'm off. So until then, next time.